Hello and welcome everyone to my, is it 5th Woman Unleashed session with Amber for the Woman Unleashed online summit and retreat. I'm so excited to be back with you all again. Wow. So my name is Tamar Laporte. Hello. You've already sort of seen me a little bit probably before this bit. And I'm a mixed media artist, and I wanted to share an activity with you all today that looks somewhat like this. So I've laid out an example of what I hope to show you guys to create. So me and Amber and I have been discussing the theme of this summit or this retreat this month, and came to the idea of doing something around blooming, blossoming, and helping you guys to focus or maybe set an intention for the new year around a new, let's say, activity or goal or aim or intention. It doesn't have to be as rigorous as what do you call that? A resolution, New Year's resolution. But something that you want to blossom around. So we were discussing the quote by Anais Nin. I don't know if I say it correctly. And it's the quote, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." So for my session here today, I'd like to focus or help you guys take a moment to reflect on the year that has gone by and the year to come, and to think of something that you'd like to gently and compassionately, because I'm all about gentleness and compassion. So something, an activity or an aim or a goal or an intention that you have for the new year that you'd like to blossom or develop or hone. As maybe it's a skill that you want to hone. Maybe it's something like, I don't know, working on a particular health project, or maybe you want to develop more, or develop your skills more, or maybe you really want to step up your game in a particular area of your life. Maybe you've always felt like you wanted to learn to sing, but you feel shy and you're sort of tight in the bud, right? Like in the quote. And instead this year you may want to join a choir. These kind of ideas. So I wanted you to pick one something, one thing for next year that you may want to work on and develop and allow to blossom. Or allow you, the part of you, to blossom that wants to achieve or develop something. And with that in mind, we're going to create a front-facing girl, and she will be surrounded by blooms and blossoms. And I have been creating these girls. I have another couple for a current course that I'm actually currently running called She Blooms. So if you're interested in more, you can come and check me out. But today I'm going to show you how I create one of these types of girls surrounded by blooms and blossoms. And I'd like you to sort of meditate while you create on this idea of the thing that you want to help blossom in the new year. So you may want to take 5 minutes or so and take a piece of paper and write down your thoughts around what you'd like to blossom in the new year. Okay, so once you've made your list, I'm gonna just tell you quickly what supplies I use. I'm working in a watercolor journal, so these type of portraits work best in a watercolor journal rather than other types of journals. Though you can definitely try it on other paper. This is the kind of it's the paper that will really absorb your materials best. So it's 140 pounds of watercolor paper of pretty much any kind. However, try and use a good quality brand because then paper will really withstand working on with water. And you don't have to work in a journal. You could also work on a single page, but working in a journal helps with also so you can also work on a single page if you want something like that. Or you could, like, if you had a single page, you could make it smaller and make your portrait here. What I like is if you do portrait style, you get quite a bit of area where you can play around. So what I enjoy about this type of work is the journal for me is a place where you can go have a conversation with yourself, can become more closely connected to what is going on for you. And it's a place where you can really deep breathe into your own body and feel what's happening for you. And you can express that on the page through color, shapes, words, and other whatever else you want to add to express where you're at in that moment in time. So it's nice. If you don't have a journal, you could take a page, work horizontally, or have a larger one and work horizontally, or even in a single page you're also okay. You can still add other shapes and colors and stuff like that. But for myself, I enjoy working on a 2-page spread for this kind of work. And then we're going to meditate while drawing and coloring and painting. We're going to meditate on the goal or the thing that you've chosen that we want to bloom and blossom in the new year. Now, the vibrancy that you see on these pages come from Tombow markers. So I tend to be Tombow markers, not just Tombow markers. And again, the course that I'm doing, I'm going over a whole variety of inks that you can use. So you can use ink sprays, and you can use Ecoline inks or other any kinds of inks. Jane Davenport has recently come out with loads of inks. You can use acrylics inks as well. So we're covering a whole load of those in my class. But on this, for this session with you guys, I think I will mostly use Tombow markers for straightforwardness and ease. And I'll also use a couple of my watercolor crayons that I always love using. And I also use some color pencils and paint markers, a couple of paint markers, and a little bit of acrylics paint, possibly in the Ceram coat, in a kind of peachy salmon-y type color, Santa's flesh I like. So, and then what else am I just? That's probably roughly it. So you'll need, for drawing, I use a pencil and an eraser, and then of course brushes and water for the rest. Now, because we don't have a very long session available, parts of this will be time-lapsed, but I will try and leave subtitles to explain what materials I'm using or what I'm doing. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this session with me, and hope to see you around in any of my other courses. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful session and a wonderful new year as well. hello you guys. So here we are. This is the finished spread of a girl surrounded by her blooms and her blossoms, and some playful shapes and colors on the left hand side of the page as well. And I have been in a space of almost meditation, if you will, where I've been concentrating on making the page, but also on my particular area where I want to blossom. And if there are any words or quotes or lyrics or anything that can help you or support you with sedimenting this intention for the new year, you can add it to her face or into the pages. So I put let go under her eye, and I had surrender and let go and some other writing in here. And you can use any kind of sentences, so it's lyrics or quotes or poetry or just a sentence, an affirmation of some sort, that may help you really embody or affirm your intention for the new year. So I'll do another little close-up so you can see it all close up. That's a little bit light there, and there'll be some photos on screen I think as well. So I hope you enjoyed this session with me today. I'm Tamar Laporte from Willowing Arts, willowing.org, and I hope to see you on any of my other classes or around on the Facebook groups and wherever else we all hang out. I love to connect with you online and on our artsy communities. Alright everyone, have a lovely rest of the Woman Unleashed retreat. I can't wait to see your work. Please tag me in any of the work that you might post in response to my session. And I hope to see you around. And also I wish you a wonderful, wonderful new year. Much love. Bye bye.